that if we have these kind of problems, God is grieved. And you say, how do you solve the problem? You have to get with God and talk and get your life set up with Him again. The reason you're sitting is because God is tired of fooling with you. He's not telling you to line up anymore. I've known people, they began and they sinned after they got saved, and they went back to an old boyfriend. It grieved them. They got back to the altar. They said, oh, Jesus, forgive me. And then after a while, they tried it again, and they didn't feel too bad anymore. They did it again. They didn't feel too good. Listen, you can get to the place where that God doesn't make you feel bad anymore, and you haven't gained, you have lost. You've lost so very much. You get to the place where God doesn't deal with us anymore. We got people coming to church, and morals don't mean a thing anymore. They'll come up to you and say, loan me $50, and I'll pay you Friday. And come Friday, they'll say, what are you doing here? The Bible says you're supposed to help those that got needs, and I got more needs than you got, and shut up. Have you ever noticed that people that borrow have a different spirit than people who have to pay back? You keep bugging me, you won't get nothing back. You're supposed to be a Christian. We have people today that need God to touch our hearts so that God can change our lives. When sin is in the life of the Christian, it is an indication that something is wrong. The same way is if you have a fever, the doctor says, let me take your temperature. And he puts that little thing underneath your tongue. Got itself a long curly cord. It goes to a little box. A little digital readout starts telling your temperature. You say, man, it's not my tongue. I got this sore on my knee. It's something else. I don't need that in my mouth. But that doctor knows if there's a temperature, there's something wrong. There is an infection. And sin in the Christian life is a fever. It is not the real problem. A lot of people think this is the problem. If I could quit this, I'd be all right. No. The reason that this is a problem is because there is a basic problem in the foundation of your life. You say, if I can get over my depression, doctor, what can you give me for depression? Listen, the doctor can't give you anything for depression because that's something in your thoughts. And until your thoughts are changed, he's only going to put you out of business with some drugs. But there is no drug that can change your thoughts. The thoughts are changed by the renewing of your mind, God speaking to you again, causing you to be loose from that power that's bringing depression into your life. So many people think that they can take 2 aspirins and get by and be okay in the morning. And they think we can go to church and be okay in the morning. Where we can get into ministry and be okay in the morning. But I tell you, God has to deal with the problems in our life, in our marriage, in our homes, at work, among the relatives, among the in-laws that don't like us. We have to be released from the power of the devil. We need God to heal us. Loose me, Jesus. Deliver me, Jesus. Free me. Change me. That I might have thy grace working in my life. People say, you just got to have more self-control. There is a place in the Bible for self-control because a lack of self-control will cause demons to have added access. But it's not a matter of putting a cap on the top of the bottle. It is getting the fizz out of your life, the ferment out of your life, getting to the place where that you're delivered from that thing that is stretching inside of you. We need God to deliver us. No, we're facing a time in the gospel church where morality is not being preached. What we are preaching is power. Power to have miracles and succeed. And I believe in success, but only when it is a step in obedience. And when we live in disobedience and say,